All right, listen up, because if you're between the ages of 14 and 25, and, you've been dreaming of building an aesthetic, muscular physique, but you're kind of feeling stuck because you don't have a gym membership or literally any equipment, well, this explainer is built exactly for you. I'm stepping into the coach's shoes today, and I am making you a promise right here, right now. If you actually follow the playbook we're about to break down, you're going to start seeing clear, undeniable changes in your body in just 21 days. Seriously, whether you consider yourself way too skinny or maybe a bit on the heavier side, we are going to transform you. No weights, no crazy gym fees, just you, your living room floor, and a real commitment to change.
So here is our 5-step playbook to get you there. We're going to start by defining what the true aesthetic body actually is. Then we'll hit push and pull, carve out that V-shaped core, build lower body power, tackle diet and recovery, and finally, we'll lock in a bulletproof mindset. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The true aesthetic body. Look, it's time to stop looking like a boy and start looking like a man.
There's honestly a massive amount of confusion out there about what actually makes a guy look aesthetic. You might look around, right, and see guys with a really muscular build and compare them to someone who just looks, well, kind of soft. A lot of guys mistakenly think it's all about, having a massive, thick beard, but it's really not. You can literally have no beard at all and still look incredibly masculine and strong. So what's the secret? It's all about proportion. It's like a giant puzzle. It's about building a defined V-shape, having visible abs, and carrying a balanced, muscular frame, so that when you put on literally any piece of clothing, you look sharp, capable, and strong. And to get that, we need a full body plan.
Okay, let's dive into this. Step 1, push and pull. This is the absolute foundation of your upper body. Having broad shoulders, a wide chest, and strong arms, those are totally non-negotiable for that aesthetic look. The absolutely crucial point here is knowing exactly how to progress through pushing movements. Look, if you're an absolute beginner, leave your ego at the door, okay? Start on your knees to build a really solid base. Then, as your confidence grows, upgrade to flawless, strict normal push-ups. This is where your chest and core truly start firing. After that, to target the upper chest, you're going to elevate your hands on a bed or a wall for incline push-ups. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Finally, once you're ready for maximum power, bring your hands together into a diamond shape on the floor. It's incredibly tough for sure, but it heavily targets your inner chest and triceps for that powerful, carved-out look.
But here's the biggest home workout excuse I hear as a coach. Oh, but I don't have a pull-up bar. No problem. Grab a strong towel, wrap it around the inside and outside handles of an open door, and just lean back to do doorway rows. I'm telling you, this completely torches your back and biceps. Or actually, if that doesn't work for you, just set yourself up under a sturdy table and do reverse table dips. Balancing your push and pull movements is literally the only way to keep your body in proportion and prevent those rounded, weak-looking shoulders.
All right, let's move on to step 2, the V-shaped core, building the middle.
We're targeting the absolute centerpiece of the aesthetic physique here. And let me be clear, a true V-shape doesn't just magically appear because you did a few sloppy crunches. No way. You need targeted, intense work. You're going to hit this 15 to 20-minute circuit every single day. First, lay flat and strictly control your leg raises to fire up those stubborn lower abs. From there, boom, immediately flip over and lock into a plank to build deep core stability. Then, drop to the floor for Russian twists to carve out the obliques, those side muscles that actually create that V-line. Finish by just burning out with mountain climbers from a push-up position to strip away the fat. Keep in mind, your abs will only show if your body fat percentage is low, so your consistency on this specific circuit is everything.
Which brings us to step 3, lower body power, or the cardinal rule, never skip leg day.
I've got to give you some strict coach's tough love right now. Having a strong upper body on chicken legs, it just makes you look completely ridiculous. Your lower body is the absolute engine for balance, stability, and raw power. We're going to start with bodyweight squats, really pushing those hips back like you're sitting in a chair, driving up to forge your quads and glutes. Then step right into lunges, dropping those hips to build extreme core stability alongside that leg strength. Now, once your legs are literally shaking, I want you to put your back against a wall in a seated position and hold a wall sit for 60 seconds. It is going to burn like crazy, but as your coach, I'm telling you, push through it. Finish the whole shebang off with calf raises, pushing up onto your toes and lowering down super slowly. This continuous loop is going to skyrocket your endurance and totally accelerate your fat loss.
Okay, shifting gears to step 4, diet and recovery. We've talked about the 1 hour you're sweating, but now we really need to talk about the other 23 hours of the day.
You have to internalize this golden rule.
Abs are made in the kitchen. Any pro bodybuilder or fitness expert will look you in the eye and tell you that the workout breaks the muscle down, but your food and your sleep, that's what actually builds it back up. Simply put, your training is absolutely worthless if your diet is garbage.
Now, what's really interesting and honestly kind of staggering is this reality check. A major study showed that 70% of Indians actually suffer from a lack of proper protein and nutrition in their daily meals. Think about that. Muscle literally requires protein to grow. If you fall into this 70%, building that aesthetic body you want is mathematically impossible.
But listen, you really don't need expensive, fancy supplements to fix this. I want you to be smart with simple, highly accessible home-based food. Eat eggs, drink milk, get those sprouts and peanuts in. Balance all of that with home-cooked carbs like roti and rice for your energy, plus fresh fruits and nuts. You do not need extreme, crazy starvation diets. You literally just need clean, home-cooked food. Oh, and you absolutely must drink 3 to 4 liters of water every single day. Serious hydration boosts your performance when you're working out, and it flushes out the toxins during recovery. You can completely handle this.
Finally, we reach step 5, the bulletproof mindset. Discipline over dumbbells.
Look, your physical effort means absolutely nothing without mental control. You are constantly facing what we call energy drainers in your daily life. Habits like overthinking or, constantly consuming porn artificially spike your dopamine. It kills your real-life motivation. It just leaves you with low energy, laziness, and zero drive. You've got to ruthlessly cut those out and focus entirely on your energy builders. Protect your testosterone. It's the natural hormone that drives your muscle building and focus. You need to establish a strict routine and build real, undeniable discipline. You forge that mental toughness by becoming fiercely loyal to your own word. If you wake up and say you're going to work out today, you do it. Period.
So the absolutely crucial takeaway of this entire explainer really comes down to this core philosophy. Consistency is power. Mindset is the foundation. Everything else, the wide shoulders, the V shape, the visible abs, all of that is just a result. Your real goal right now, keeping a promise to yourself for the next 21 days without breaking it even once.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question. Are you really ready to commit your mind and body without making a single excuse to this routine for the next 21 days? The blueprint is literally right here in your hands. Now, go get to work.